Good evening, America. I'm Caleb Mancini.
And I'm Mark Miranda.
And this is the Late Night Show with Caleb and Mark.
Today we'll be hosting a special guest, Otis McDonald, who for the past several years has been fighting the city of Chicago a ban on handguns. Though the case began in Chicago in 2008, the ruling just occurred last month in June of 2010.
Otis will hopefully be able to provide us with a good representation of his side of the argument and give us some insight on this court case.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Otis McDonald.
So man, hey, really thankful that you came. I know it's probably a mission to get out here, so thanks for joining us. How are you, man?
Good, how are you?
I'm doing great. You know, show's going great, so just glad to have you, man.
Yeah, so tell us about the court case and why exactly did this start?
Yeah, okay, so, in 2008, the city of Chicago banned the registration of handguns and had been passing many laws making it more and more difficult to own any handgun. Knowing my civil liberties, I knew that this was a violation of my Second Amendment, being the right to bear arms. I challenged the city, and they argued that the Second Amendment only applies to the federal government and not the state. The case traveled all the way to the Supreme Court.
Dude, well, I know that's impressive. I mean, getting a case to the Supreme Court's not easy. I know there's probably a lot of pressure to drop it. Yeah, you carried through with it. You were pretty passionate about it. So tell us about that. Why are you so passionate about carrying through with this court case?
Yeah, so guns are necessary for my protection. I need protection, and the Supreme Court sided in my favor. They ruled that the Second Amendment's citizens have the right to bear arms is applicable to the 14th Amendment, meaning the states do not have to acknowledge that their citizens have the right to bear arms.
Well, dude, it's just really a pleasure to have you on the show. You changed the way that the U.S. is going to read the Constitution and the Bill of Rights that go along with that. So really grateful to have you on the show and to get to hear a little bit about you. And we'll see you when we see you.
Yeah, it's a pleasure being here.
Thank you.
At this time, we'd like to invite another special guest, Grace, who is an advocate for the opposing side.
Hello.
Hi, Grace. How's it going?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. Really grateful that you're able to join us today.
Yeah, thank you for being here. Today we just wanted to ask you to share your points on Chicago's recent action against the registration of handguns and why this should be allowed or shouldn't.
I personally feel like banning gun use in certain areas should be allowed because of the recent things that have gone on in schools and just the misconduct behind gun use and arming basically just the wrong people with guns. And I don't think everyone should be able to have as easy access to guns as they do right now.
Yeah, and I mean, I've heard just looking into news articles and stuff that Chicago just has a more higher rate of
Gun
violence, yeah. And so, do you think that by like promoting or the right to bear arms would help control that, or do you think by promoting like in the support of what Chicago is doing, do you think they're making the right actions? And
I think that the overall goal is to obviously eliminate gun violence, and I think by arming people as easily as we do, we are kind of taking that away, and we're allowing for a lot of people to be affected and impacted by the negative use of guns. Not to say that there aren't positive uses, but I do feel like right now, predominantly like in the news and stuff, it's been mostly negative, and I don't feel like that's a good thing. So I feel like banning them could make an impact. Obviously, that's not to say that things will be solved completely, but I do feel like it would have a positive impact overall.
Gotcha. And how do you feel about Otis not agreeing with you? Are you and Otis enemies? Or you guys how you?
We're not enemies. I just feel like there obviously are a lot of different views about the Second Amendment and what should be allowed and shouldn't be, and what is a right and what isn't. And while it is it's an amendment right to be able to bear arms, but I think that the amendments serve for the people. They're for the people, and our job as people of the United States is to protect each other and look out for each other. And I feel like by fully standing up for our right to bear arms, we aren't necessarily looking at the big picture and looking at how it is negatively impacting our population.
Thank you. That's all the questions we have today. I mean, you're amazing. We really appreciate you coming. It's been a blast. I'm really grateful. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
All right, what's up, guys? We're here at Sunset Park. We're going to be interviewing people and asking for their opinions on the court case of McDonald v. Chicago. And we're going to find people now, so let's do this. All right, guys, so we're here at Vaughn's now because we kind of struck out at Sunset Park. Everyone was asking not to be filmed. They didn't want any of this. Anyways, we're going to go interview people at Vaughn's. Hopefully they're going to be more open. All right, so we struck out at Vaughn's again. And now, for our final resort, we're at Pokey, and we're gonna ask the employees on their opinions. All right, so we're here at Pokey. What's your name?
Adrian.
Adrian, I'm Vincent. So, how do you feel about the McDonald v. Chicago case that the state tried to ban the registration of handguns?
I mean, honestly, I don't agree with guns. I mean, over the past few years, we've had a lot of school shootings. And I mean, obviously, I don't want to see kids in the news, like, you know, kids dying and all that. But at the same time, it's in our Constitution, and we kind of have to respect that. But at the same time, we have to figure out how to limit this kind of thing, you know? I mean, you can have your guns, but I mean, if you misuse it, I mean, there should be a point in time where we have to take it away. And with what's been going on lately, I mean, yeah.
Exactly. All right. Well, thank you so much for your input.
All right, this concludes this week's segment. Thank you guys so much for watching.
We'll see you next week. Same time, same place, same cuties.
Peace.
Did you just laugh?
Watching.
We'll see you next time. Same place, same channel, same cuties.